Okay, welcome back. Boala has become a prophet of some sort. He said, well, he said somebody else saw the hand or the prophecy earlier than himself. He said his name is Datti-Ahmed. And he said that ADC will die in 6 months. That's a prophecy of some sort. Philip.
Well, what do you expect from President of Boala Daniel? What really amazed me in all that, Boala Daniel is telling Nigeria that on his honor, as if Boala Daniel has any honor. We know that the ADC as it stands today is disjointed. We expect problem no sooner than later, but not on the honor of Boala Daniel, for crying out loud. He quote Datti-Ahmed, Baba-Ahmed. What Baba said that, look, with this kind of coalition, when you have every other person that is the coalition have the ambitions to rule this country, it will take us nowhere. What Baba-Ahmed was saying was this: the coalition should have more cohesive, they should have more purposeful, more focused. They should have built their war around for one person, like a football team, where you have a sharp attacker who can strike at all times. You know that once you give the ball to that man, the net is a goal.
Like Rashidi Yakini.
Yes. But he is not seeing that in the coalition. You see Amaechi is interested in the presidency, you see Atiku, you see Obi, and many others that we are not know yet. So he said, this is not the way to go. So Boala Daniel came from nowhere. Yes, on my honor. Has he honor in the first place? I wonder. So what Boala Daniel has said is just, for me, he just saw what Baba-Ahmed has said, and he decided to, go to the market with it. It's not new in the first.
No, for me, I think what he took or quoted or whatever it is, Baba-Ahmed, of course. Baba-Ahmed said, you see, my mother normally says something, that those days when she comes back from teacher's college, this sandwich course or NCE, we will be judging, Esther hit me, mommy, Christy didn't give me food. Then Esther will come, my mother will say, all of you go. Say, none of you have scraped my head without using blade to injure me on the head. On the side of the coalition, they look disjointed, they look not ready, like people that want to take power. On the side of the ruling party, we have received basbos, more than enough from them. They put us where we are today. Fear was how much? Fear is now how much? And they tell us, oh, it's on the long run. But on the long run, you are buying planes and doing everything, buying cars for yourself.
Building houses.
Now, Peter, from what we see, Baba-Ahmed said, Baba-Ahmed said, we should have positioned one person. I like the analysis or the examples you give. Okay. Like Yakini.
I want to differ a little bit from that.
Okay.
See, it's a coalition of people with different ideas. Being a part of that coalition, what do most people do? Most thinkers will sit down and look at the coalition, foresee the problem that will happen. He has said this, what could happen, so that it could be addressed.
Who, Datti?
Datti.
Okay.
See, that which she says is not far from the truth. There are a lot of interesting parties here. How are we sure that if this is a peace ticket, these people will support it? And they are president to show it. Amaechi ran on the APC. He made Tinubu won. He stayed away. He didn't support Tinubu. And he's currently trying to be president. So what is the guarantees? What does that mean? Now they could talk to each other. The coalition could insist, they consider how to mitigate this problem. From that's the point I'm seeing from. And Boala being who he is,
hold on. I know that's the point you're seeing it from. But the point that is on ground is different from what you're seeing it on. Mm-hmm. There's already internal wrangling within the party. That's the ADC party. Let him finish. I'll take you on that. There's already an internal wrangling. Atiku said, I believe in democratic principle. Let's all go to primaries. Obi people said, we'll pull out if that is what we want. I mean, it's there. Amaechi said, I'm for one term. I'll rule one term and I'll leave, so that I can put things together. We're already seeing these things.
Okay. What you say is not far from the truth, but it still remains this way. These are people from different political background with different ideology coming together. See, you don't expect a smooth sail. There should be bumps on the way that should be attended to. Okay, APC example. I'll come back to this. APC is accepting every other person to the ship. What do you think will happen to the ship? Okay, I will be a bump too. But people come with their own ideas. Ideology, I think this should work. So what Datti said, it is true. But these are the problems that will happen.
All right, on the side of Boala.
Boala, that when he was at, I watched one of his news, when he was interviewed, I said, okay, this thing he said about Tinubu, are you saying them now? Say, yes, I said this as an opposition. He doesn't believe in any principle. He doesn't believe in anything. That difference, when I said it, they were true, but if I said, there are changes, people will understand you. Not because I said this, because I was in the opposition camp. I made to attack the other camp. That is not shows a man that has character. A man that has character owns whatever he has said and give reasons why for saying it.
Okay. Philip, you wanted to comment on
yes, you see, we said coalition. The coalition started from a talking point. They started talking to themselves to the point they agree that we cannot go all together. And they unveil it to Nigeria. If at this point they have not been able
to perfect
their plans, because they have one singular goal.
Mandate.
That mandate is to bring good governance to Nigeria, to unseat this government has brought Nigeria to her knees.
Not to grab power.
And not to grab power. And to give Nigeria with good governance. If at this point they have unveiled to Nigeria that we are using the ADC as our vehicle, they are still talking. It shows this, it's not well with them. That is what that is saying. Because today, we know in this country that one person is the beautiful bride to all Nigerian youths. We expected the coalition to, rally around that person, to gather the force of the masses and chase away these people who are, making us dry. But we are seeing is like some persons who have personal ambitions are trying to use the name coalition and that popular person to gather people and say we're a coalition, whereas the ideas and their dreams to grab power. You see, that will not lead us anywhere. Like when you said yes, Boala Daniel quoted Baba-Ahmed out of context. It's very correct. What Baba-Ahmed is saying that, look, this is not the coalition Nigerians is looking for. And this coalition is a project in progress. That is why the likes of Baba-Ahmed have not resigned from Labour Party. The likes of Peter Obi have not resigned from the Labour Party. The likes of Nasir El-Rufai have not resigned from SDP. Because they have not seen light in this so-called coalition. It appears this coalition is a coalition from one individual whose ambitions they try to achieve by deceiving Nigeria once again that, they are trying to rescue power from the ruling party, whereas it's power grabbing. So the issue is not about Guala. Sometimes we take the message serious and we forget about the message. Yeah. The truth remains that if this coalition continue in this state, truly, they may not last more than 6 months.
The caliber of people in this coalition, you see, that still amazes me till today. I'm not going to lie. The caliber of these people in this coalition, we thought, you see, time is on their side. They have the people. Listen to me. They should have sat down, do what you call the nitty-gritty. Dot the I's.
Across the T's.
Put full stops and your commas.
And the commas.
Anywhere you needed them. There was no need to rush. We still have 2 years to election or 1 year plus to election. And in 6 months or in 9 months, we saw what Obi did with Labour. That is an unknown party in some sort. So why the rush?
See, if you say it's a rush, I might disagree with you. you don't build a system, you don't build say we didn't have a, what do they call it, a system, maybe what? You see, you don't build a structure within 3 months. This ADC you are talking about now, how many states are they in? What are the structures in those states? You want to know what it says most? No, they see that the coalition has a problem, could be addressed, but it is not too sudden. You need to establish the house now and start building your structures. Elections are won with structures.
Peter, what we are saying is that hold on. The foundation is fundamentally wrong. You can't be building a 3-story building and you don't have your good foundation.
Your superstructure is not meant to carry the load.
You understand?
Okay, can I come to that?
Yes.
Okay. Listen, we are all happy about this coalition. Forget what's happening now. Every Nigerian, we are excited about it. That he has taken a turn that we didn't like doesn't mean it's late. It's something that is key. How many people are currently in this coalition? Obi is not there yet. Oh no, how many people are currently in the ADC? Obi, they're still all in coalition. That now ADC is one of the vehicles. Forget the same coalition is still registering another party. Somebody remember some people that are still in the coalition are simply has in order, like everybody simply SDP in order. So they are still coalescing. See, it mustn't be ADC. See, no single person, I say it here, no single person would defeat Tinubu. They need this coalition. And again, see, it can't be holier than thou. This is not church service. This is not Sunday school. You need every person.
Okay, I don't think we have a problem of whether we need every person or not. We should know we need every person.
So am I correct? Hold on. For the matter right to aspire for any office.
Hold on. We are not saying they should not call it or whatever name we call it. What we are saying that if the coalition doesn't have a superstructure, the house will fall. That one is you can't escape that. The house will fall based on that, and that's our argument.
Yes, you see, I'm happy that the ruling party, through Barrister Daniel Bwala, is happy that the coalition is heading towards collusion. The truth remains that the ruling party had their strategies, they have their tactics, they have their plans. The coalition also have their plans and their strategy. Yes, like he said, the coalition has come up the way it is. It appears it had no superstructure. It appears it's shaky. But I want to believe it's part of their plans too, and their strategy. And you can see that the ruling party is already celebrating their failure. And I think that is good for the coalition. Like he said, they need to make mistake and make amend as they progress. That's why I said the coalition is a project in progress. You know, that's my understanding. I think it is a good development.
But they are pointing it out now.
Yes, so because if the coalition has come firmly at this point, like we said, there's still time on their side. There's every possibility that the Judas could be injected into them. But now that it appears that they don't have a stability, there's no point injecting Judah into them. They will naturally dissolve. But the truth remains that there will be coalition. But the vehicle that they will use is what we are looking at.
Okay, I said that. I want to ask a question. If truly this coalition is heading for the sea, heading for destruction, do you think Bala will come out to warn us? They'll simply sit quiet and let it happen. If they're not threatened by this coalition, you think they will be, since this thing has announced, every other APC person is on the radio, on the TV, saying that this coalition is heading nowhere. So why busy yourself talking about something that is heading nowhere?
Okay, all right.
Well, you don't have to take them for granted, because we're here when Igboukwe said SDP yes. is Tinubu's party. Before we know it, a crisis comes from nowhere within SDP, from an enclave. So when they say what they are saying, it's also a part of their plan. What they put in place, in motion, they see it yielding result. So don't take them for granted. This ruling party, this ruling government is very strategic. It's ahead of everybody.
So you need to be. Let me tell you guys, I did a little of military formation strategies and act of war because I read political science and I read international relations and diplomacy. You don't think about the enemy there, thinking they are not thinking this.
Exactly.
I don't know if you understand.
Yes.
You don't say, they should not be thinking this. No. Everybody put their strategy on ground and go ahead in a wilder range to make sure that if they come here, we'll block it. If they may never come there.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean you should not put your strategy there and block that place. I think, as a person, my opinion is that this coalition could have done everything better. Philip, you know administration very well. You can't say the federal government say you should get tax clearance, this one and that one, before you can vie for some jobs. And you take your documents and go for a job that you are going to vie for, right? With a documented papers that you say this is what you should get before you can go for this job. I think that's what ADC is doing. ADC has not structured their house very well. I can tell you that.
Can I say 1 minute, something 1 minute before we go?
Just one minute.
1 minute. Do you think those in ADC, do you think they are not smart? Do you think they are not seasoned politicians?
Yes.
See, a couple used to say something. Don't blame politicians for playing politics. See, at the point, everybody was talking about SDP. SDP looked at the pride. What happened to it? They went after the house. No, they went after
No, 1 minute at this point.
What's holding me down? This is not their strategy.
Philip, we see PDP where it is today. We see Labour where it is today. If their house was well nurtured, they won't be where they are today. We see SDP grappling with some form of onslaught against them. But in some form or way, they are able to stand because they had some structures that they built on.
Attention has been taken away from them. That is, attention has been taken away from SDP to ADC.
We will see Prophet Peter on that day when we come to her. But time has run out. All right, we'll be right back on Landslide.